Hello, group. Welcome to Action Rock Corner. I'm your host, Richard May. Today, talking about Trapeze, The Lost Tapes, Volume 2. I do love the color on the cover. Nice job. There's a reason they're called the Lost Tapes. These are demos. These are not polished, meant for release records. This is demos, for the band to, does this sound okay? Okay, now let's record it. Or their practice. Referred to here in the notes as live studio. Practice. Recorded practice. Which is cool. But the sound quality is not there. You want an introduction to trapeze, go to Medusa from over 50 years ago, or to You Are the Music, We Are the Band by Trapeze. Or, this is really cool, live. This right back to the bone. This is killer. Go here first. If you want to know what trapeze is about, go here. And of course, why we're here, I'm a huge Glenn Hughes fan. After the death of the guitar player, Mel Galley, Glenn went back to his hometown and to the evening of trapeze songs in honor of his old band, Trapeze. So, why are we talking about trapeze after 50 years? One is where we found Glenn Hughes, or more specifically, where Ritchie Blackmore and John Lord and Ian Pace found Glenn Hughes, and they decided Ian Gillan and Roger Clover wasn't good enough anymore. Went to see a trapeze show, saw this young kid playing bass and singing, and went, we gotta get this kid. And they did. And he replaced Gillian for the high-pitched vocals. But his main job was bass. The singer was a certain nobody named David Coverdale. And of course, David Coverdale became Whitesnake later. But this is their debut of Coverdale and Hughes with Deep Purple Burn. And, Glenn, they did another couple records with Deep Purple, Coverdale and Hughes, Stormbringer, and then after Ritchie Blackmore left to form Rainbow, bring in Tommy Bolin for the, Come Taste the Band record. And that isn't where you get an introduction to Glenn Hughes. Maybe it was this Black Sabbath record. Okay. Maybe that was your introduction to Glenn. Or more modern times, maybe you learned of Glenn by Black Country Communion. Or you learned of them by working with their Omi again for Omi solo stuff. Views and this. Deep sessions. And of course, Glenn's been doing solo records. Because Glenn had a legendary drug habit that took him out of action basically between the breakup of T Purple in 1990. And he's been a workaholic since, and a freak of nature. He looks great, better than me, he's older than me. And he sounds better than me. Sounds better than most all of us. The dude's voice, I'm not the first one to call him this, but the voice of rock, Glenn Hughes. And it's amazing stuff. So that's why we go back to Trapeze, because we want to hear more Glenn Hughes and we want to hear these songs. Those 2 studio records I showed you, that fortunately I did not throw too far away. The Tusa, and there's a couple others, but these 2 studio, plus this live, is where Trapeze really make its bones. So there's other Trapeze records, and of course many of what you find here is not just Glenn Hughes. After Glenn left to join T Purple, the guitar player Mel Galley took over singing. And amazingly enough, he sounds like a lot like Glenn Hughes. It might be the hometown accent. Who knows? And he has a decent set of youngs of his own. But you get records like this, and Hot Wire. And they also got a couple sessions from the first Phenomenon record. And this collection is put together by Mel's, well, we lost Mel a number of years ago. But his brother Tom, who is the person behind this studio project. Glenn and Mel came in for some songs, and, well, Tom, let's go Trapeze. We got 2/3 of Trapeze. It's Trapeze. So, that, and what is Trapeze? What does it sound like? Trapeze is hard rock, but with a bit of soul and funk to it. And of course, Glenn brought some of that funk into T Purple, especially for Stonebringer and You Come Taste the Band. A lot of that funk came in with Glenn's writing for T Purple. Focus, this is what we're talking about, is this. Demos, okay? This is on YouTube. Go on YouTube and listen to this first before purchasing. Don't blame me for not warning you. This is great. Demos. May not be up to your standards for what you want to hear. Not because the performances are bad and the players are great, as I'll keep explaining. But they're demos. They're not intended to be for the public. It's if you're really into, you got all your trapeze, you have all of that. And you're a hardcore collector like I am. I'm glad to have this, and I enjoyed listening to this today. This is what I listen to all day today. Great collection of stuff. But they're demos. Not quite up to snuff. Even you put on my headphones. Okay? Not quite the dynamics sound mix that you're used to. It's practice, it's demos. This is what these are. But they're good performances. So, Glenn leaves Trapeze. Trapeze keeps going. Mel Galley's singing at first. And you know Mel Galley. You say, I don't know Mel. Yes, you do. Because you have this Whitesnake record. Mel Galley didn't do much outside of Trapeze. But he did this Whitesnake record with David Coverdale. And it was the primary songwriter. You love this record. This is America's introduction to Whitesnake. It's a damn shame that this is America's introduction, because the stuff before is classic. Love Hunter and all of that. But this is where America went, oh, Whitesnake. This is pretty good. And then, of course, the album after that, wow. Pretty Girl, videos, all of that. But this was America's introduction to Whitesnake, and it's Mel Galley, primary songwriter for music and playing guitar. So, Mel Galley is damn good. Because you love this record. Yes, we do. So try some Trapeze. Okay? Excuse me. Now, there's a third person in Trapeze. Excuse me. Third person Trapeze. Dave Howland. You heard Dave Howland. You love Dave Howland's drumming. Yes, you do. Because you have this Judas Priest record. And you have this Judas Priest record. And you have this Judas Priest record. And you have this Judas Priest record and the others from the 80s that I think I put up here. Turbo and whatever. And a live record, which I think is over here somewhere. Dave Howland is the classic drummer for the peak period of Judas Priest. And Dave went, because he stayed with Mel Galley with Trapeze until 79, and then went, oh, you're hiring Judas Priest? You're doing better business than we are? I'll be right there. And there he is for the recording of British Steel. So you've heard hours. You listen to Dave Howland's drumming for hours of your life. And you like it just fine. So that's the threesome of Trapeze in their classic period. Glenn Hughes, Mel Galley on guitar, and Dave Howland. That's a good lineup. Now after they broke up, other people came in, of course. And keep in mind, This is not all Glenn Hughes. Check my note. 6 out of 14 has Glenn singing. The rest has Mel Galley singing. 2 has Peter Galby singing. You know who Peter Galby is, if you're a Uriah Heep fan. You own this record. How can you not own this record with this cover? This cover is the color on your TV's working probably just fine. It's the cover for Apamonog. Uriah Heep. He's also singing on this Uriah Heep. Okay? And Uriah Heep I don't own the Crater. So you have Peter Galby singing on 2 songs here, because he appears on one Trapeze record, Hold On. That's the record, Hold On. And Peter Galby's pretty darn good too. You get hired by Uriah Heep as a singer, you're pretty good. So, did I sell you yet? I warned you. Demos. But you got iconic musicians you've heard in different contexts. You know, you heard your Mel Galley and Sladehead. You heard your Glenn Hughes in T Purple and Black Sabbath and on and on. Once he sobered up in 1990, there's a lot of Glenn Hughes out there. I saw him live last year. Amazing. Amazing voice. You don't know who I'm talking about Glenn Hughes, you're cheating yourself. Go find it. 2 more musicians of legendary note play on these demos. And it was part of the sessions for Phenomenon. 2 tracks, Fighting and Welcome to the Real World, has keyboards by Don Airey. You know you love Don Airey because you own this Rainbow record, Graham Bonnet singing. And then you bought the follow-up with Joe Lynn Turner singing Difficult to Cure. That's Don Airey's keyboards. Don Airey's been on a lot of records. You own a lot of those records. You heard those records. But he's best seen and known for being the 21st century keyboard player for T Purple. And he also has a solo career, and he has a new solo record I guess I should check out. If it's good, I'll let you know about it. But he plays John Lord at the turn of the century in T Purple. And he was the obvious choice to replace John Lord in T Purple. And they're going along just fine. And so you get a couple songs of Don Airey. Demos. But you get a couple tracks of Don Airey. And the drummer with Don Airey, because, you know, Dave Howland's busy with Judas Priest, is not available. They get Ted McKenna. You know Ted McKenna, because you know your sensational Alex Harvey band. He's the drummer in the sensational Alex Harvey Band. Yeah, and I put it up here. See that splash of red right beside my head? Right there? Blinding you? That yellow flash of lava? Michael Schechter Group. Michael Schechter. A solo tech. Drummer for that. You've heard some Tim McKenna in your life. So, first class musicians, nice songs, really good songs. You also get the very last song Mel Galley ever recorded before he died. And I did not, let me find it. Live fast, die laughing. Appropriate for a last song, maybe. And it's a nice song by Mel Galley, demo through. Okay? So, got your warning? Catch your head for who's on it. Nice musicians. Nice, but legendary musicians. So, go listen to some Trapeze. If you never heard Trapeze, go listen to, remember your homework. For listening to what I'm reviewing, find Medusa. Find You Heard the Music, We Heard the Band on YouTube. You really want to hear this. This is really what you find way back to the bone live. It's in Texas. The one place in America they hit was Texas. And they're going nuts in this recording. Because you'll hear why. Hell of a band. So, find some Trapeze. Listen to Trapeze. And if you do know your Trapeze, and you're tempted to buy this, I don't know what happened to my Volume 1. I own it. I misplaced it. It's not with Trapeze. It's not with Glenn Hughes. It's not with Whitesnake. It better not be with Judas Priest. That's how I file my stuff. It's with bands and association. I don't know what happened to my Volume 1. It's driving me nuts. But I really like the cover to this. I like the color. Demos. Okay? I went on enough. So, you like this video, and bless your heart if you do. And I thank you for watching. Hit the like button, will you? Subscribe to the channel. Other reviews I've seen didn't warn you that these were demos. Am I professional or something? Pay me. They're demos. They're great, but they're demos. Ring the notification bell. Leave a comment. Go listen to this stuff. Come back. What do you think of Trapeze? With the legendary and missing, and you know, the Lord has them, Mel Galley and Dave Holland. Glenn's out there still. Glenn survived that 15 years of drug addiction, and now he's healthy as a horse and a voice to die for. Everyone wants to sing like Glenn Hughes. You have to hear. If you never heard Glenn Hughes, you're cheating yourself. For the latest in action rock, garage rock, and legacy bands, you come back here. Thank you for watching again. We'll do it again soon. Thanks.